Hello, this is a tarot card reading for Reddit user Freeflower. You told me that your job as a flight attendant had recently ended and you wanted some insight onto what the next step was. That it was really funny. You said you were floating around. Get it? Flight attendants. I thought it was really funny. I love corny jokes. Anyway, you didn't come to hear about my humor. You came to get your tarot cards read. So this is an Aquarian deck in Italian. The Aquarian deck is a pretty standard deck. I just happen to own an Italian version. I do not speak Italian, but I'm familiar with the tarot, and I've read with this deck extensively, so I'm confident with my skills with it. I'm using the 7-card horseshoe spread, which I really like because unlike standard spreads where there is no current card or where I determine that card based on what you tell me, the deck actually pulls it and lets us know for itself what it thinks of you. So here we'll find some truth that maybe you haven't been able to face or you aren't open enough to share with me, which could prevent me from pulling the correct card to symbolize you. So the first card in the spread represents your past. And here we have the King of Wands. And what it tells me is in your past at your job as a flight attendant, you were considered relatively dominant. You were not seen as a weak personality, but you were still seen as welcoming, easygoing, and non-judgmental. So when it came to actual customers, you knew when to put your foot down, but you still created a good experience if they treated you with respect. And the same probably came with your coworkers. You were very easygoing until there was an actual issue. In that time, you did not have a problem putting your foot down. And maybe that's why you ended up leaving the position, because that was you putting your foot down. You could no longer tolerate something that was going on at the job. The second card we pulled represents your present when it comes to your career. We have the 7 of Wands. And what this shows me is you really need to rely on your inner strength. It's a very competitive job market. So, and I'm sure you know that. So just continue to rely on your inner strength. Don't lose faith. Don't lose confidence. You've got this great personality where you're welcoming, but you're willing to tell people no when needed, which is very needed in the customer services field. So it seems like you have experience and your personality is ready for the next job. So don't get disappointed if it feels like prospects aren't panning out. It's just really hard right now. Rely on that inner strength and keep going. The next card represents the hidden influences on the situation, and we've got a great card here. Here we have the 3 of Cups, and what this shows us is celebration and rejoicing. So you may be losing some of your faith and your confidence. You may feel like you're never going to find the right position or even a job at all in this job market. But I do see that you will be finding a job, and a job that makes you happy. So that's definitely great. The next card again represents you, the current in the situation, and your feelings about the situation. I see that it looks like you've been having trouble struggling to find your career path, as you stated, and you've been having trouble finding a new job, which is reflected again in that 7 of Wands. And it's starting to be damaging. You're starting to put up a wall. But I would suggest keeping yourself open. Again, you've got this great personality, both welcoming but dominant when it needs to be for a customer service role, or really any job if you're choosing to change careers. So don't close yourself off. Keep yourself as open and vulnerable as possible in the interviewing process. Really show your personality, because that's something that would be an asset to any future employer. The next card in the spread represents what others think about the situation, and what a beautiful card. This is the Major Arcana card, the Empress, and she's really a great card in most readings, most positions. But here it shows us that the people in your life think you're going to be doing very well. You'll definitely be able to find a job. You'll be able to find a job that takes care of you financially, and you'll be financially abundant. So again, we see that success. We see you not only getting a job, but one that's fulfilling on a financial level, which is obviously one of the things it's all about. The next card we have is the 6 of Pentacles. Now these two final cards are really relevant because the Pentacles have to do with material goods and finances. So they're really going to tell us what's what when it comes to your jobs, and then of course in relation to your finances. So here we have the Six of Pentacles, and what the Six of Pentacles represents is the fact that when you go out on these interviews, keep your relationship, keep your personality legit. Show that you're easygoing, you're welcoming. You'll really bring that vibe to the interview, and they'll appreciate that. Also, show some situations where you dealt with conflict, because you obviously do it well, and that's something any future employer would see as an asset. But don't. This card is really telling you, don't schmooze. Don't socialize to socialize. Don't try to play politics when you're getting interviews. Just go in, be clean, be yourself, and that'll get it done. If you're trying to kind of entice people in other ways, through flattery, charming, that's not what's going to do it for you, and it'll actually end up shooting yourself in the foot. So the last card in this spread shows the outcome of the situation, and this is the Knight of Pentacles. So what I see here is you are going to be fortunate in finding a job. You'll find a career path that fulfills you, and you'll find a job that fulfills you, at least for right now. We see that again emphasized in the Three of Cups and the Empress. You'll find a job that's financially fulfilling. And this card shows us that once you found this job, you may take on the mentor role of other new hires or employees at the position, or other people in your life who are currently interviewing, struggling to keep up that inner strength in the face of all that competition, and you'll become a mentor figure. So not only do I see you finding a career path that's fulfilling and a job that is fulfilling on a financial level, I also see you being so successful and so fulfilled that you can really almost bring advice to others at the job, and maybe in your personal life, who are seeking out positions. So this is, again, your reading in regards to your steps after your flight attendant career. Thank you for letting me read for you. Have a great day.